Movie No Time to Die news crosses $600 million at global box office. The 25th James Bond film continues to hold strong in a competitive market. The latest James Bond movie to hit theaters, No Time to Die, has reached another box office milestone by crossing $600 million worldwide. Directed by Cary Joji Fukunaga, No Time to Die is a special event for the long-running Bond franchise, as it serves the final outing for lead actor Daniel Craig. The film was once scheduled to premiere in the spring of 2020, but the coronavirus pandemic led to multiple delays. After moving to fall 2020, then spring 2021, then fall 2021, No Time to Die arrived in theaters in early October. This final Bond outing for Daniel Craig that received really strong reviews and a mildly disappointing US opening mainly achieved this feat this past weekend due to the film opening in China. In its opening weekend, it made an estimated $28.2 million at the box office, which is the third largest opening for a Hollywood title in the territory this year. This is slightly lower than the projections for the weekend, but a contributing factor to that is the rising number of COVID cases in China over the past several days. This has been the most widespread outbreak for China since the beginning of the pandemic, which has caused cinemas in places like Beijing to close. However, in the pandemic era, crossing $600 million at the box office is some cause for celebration. For a film that opened to an estimated $56 million and crossed $300 million in its American opening weekend, having the film consistently perform like this in its fourth week is no easy feat. The Cary Joji Fukunaga film has remained strong in its already opened markets as it returned to number 1 at the UK box office this week to become the 6th highest grossing film of all time in the market. By doing this, it surpassed films like Titanic and Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Adding to that, the film has made €1 million in the UK for the 30th consecutive day. In the market it has made $116.4 million, which is in line with both Spectre and Skyfall at the same point in time. In other smaller markets, No Time to Die has made $62 million in Germany, $26.1 million in France, and $18.4 million as of now in the Netherlands, which is the biggest universal release of all time in the territory. These numbers can tell us many things, but arguably the biggest are in the small victories. While No Time to Die opened lower than expected in most markets, the film is holding strong long after its initial opening weekend. $600 million for a film of this size might seem small, but in a competitive month which saw films like Venom, Let There Be Carnage near the $400 million mark globally and Dune inching closer to the $300 mark worldwide in its second weekend, James Bond is in no rush to push Craig's 007 out the door. Even with a reported budget of $200 to $300 million and this being the longest film in the franchise, No Time to Die appears to have all the time in the world to make a lasting impression at the box office. No Time to Die's $600+ million worldwide total is an impressive feat for a Hollywood title in 2021, as only one other has surpassed it. F9 earned over $721 million worldwide earlier this year. That and No Time to Die are the only two Hollywood movies to reach that milestone since January 2020, when Jumanji: The Next Level did so. Other major blockbusters, like Godzilla vs. Kong and Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings, haven't even been able to crack $500 million worldwide, making No Time to Die part of a small and special group. It currently stands as the 5th highest grossing movie of the year at the worldwide box office. At the same time, No Time to Die is far from out of the woods. Hitting $600 million is no small amount, but this movie has some additional challenges getting in the way of complete financial success. Reportedly, No Time to Die has to cross $900 million to break even because of its hefty $250 million budget, plus the additional costs of marketing which were only exacerbated by the movie's many delays. It doesn't look particularly likely that No Time to Die will actually reach that number, but by pandemic standards, it's holding up fairly well. So have you watched it? What do you think of this film? Feel free to comment down below.